your perspective, how is the offensive line doing?
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're kind of like every offensive line. At the beginning of the year, there's a lot of things you need to get corrected, a lot of stuff you didn't see in the beginning, that communication maybe errors, But I think as a whole, we're improving every week. I think we're getting more comfortable with everybody, like being next to each other, and I think that's a big improvement.
What kind of, in your mind, what kind of challenge does Auburn pose this week?
Auburn's got a good D-line. We got a good O-line. Every SEC team we're going to play is going to have a good O-line, D-line. So, we're going to just go in just like last week, just like the week before, just saying we just need to do what we have to do to win. Just do our job.
I think it's Nick Brown. They say he's day-to-day. I know you wouldn't go against him head up, but would y'all rather him? Would you rather hope that guy's out, or do you take, because he's so good, or do you take the approach that you want to beat them at their best?
No, we want to be about the best. We played a ton of good old D-lines last year. We're going to play a lot this year, and we want everybody's best shot. We don't want any reason that they're going to say, oh, this is why they won. No, we're going to say we won because we beat them fair and square. We ran down their throats, and we're going to do that this week. We're going to do that next week. We're going to do that the whole year just because that's our mindset.
First couple of games of the year, Coach had mentioned that there were some communication problems. When he talks about communication problems, that maybe, Mond was getting in a little bit more than what he should. What's he talking about when he says communication problems?
Just communication problems, like where the mics were, kind of bumping people off and stuff like that. Just communicating with each other while the game's going. That's sometimes complex. If you have a lot of people that haven't played next to each other, you don't realize how fast it is, like when you're actually out there on the field.
So when you look at it, there guys were running free then that one of you guys was supposed to pick up, and you guys didn't make the right coverage call. Would that be correct?
Sometimes that was happening, or just other times we just needed everybody as a whole to get on the same page.
So did you do a lot better at that against Lamar Saturday than you guys had done the first couple of games?
Yes, and every week we're just getting better and better at it. If that's with the guys in the backfield, if that's with tight ends, O-line, receivers, kind of everybody, just making sure everybody knows whose guy they got and like where their guy is.
What is your initial thoughts on the play of Isaiah Spiller, blocking for that guy?
Oh, I love that guy. He's a great running back. He's going to be a great running back. I can't wait to see what he's going to do the rest of the year. He runs hard, finds the right holes. He's got a big job to fill. Losing Jay Sean was pretty terrible. He's going to come back even stronger. But now we got another young guy in there. He needs to fill that role. He had a big role from last year with Travion. The running back is a big key, and he's going to fill it.
When you're playing Auburn, don't you put more of a face and more of a name on it?
You try not to. It's just you try to approach practice the same, approach the week the same. But it's definitely a shift of energy in College Station in the atmosphere when you get to conference play. But yeah, it's definitely a shift of energy. I can say that, but you try to attack the practices the same and do the same thing you do every week.
You know how competitive the SEC West is. How important is that first conference game just to set the tone?
It's very important. Like I said, it creates that identity, and I think that's very important for us to learn from these past 3 games we just played and just take the mistakes and not make the same mistakes, because in these games, those are the difference makers in the games.
What do you take away? Because you had the 2 blowout wins and then, a game that you might want to have back against Clemson.
It's the small, self-inflicted wounds, the freaking turnovers, the drop balls. You just can't have those things in those games. And, unfortunately, the good overlooked the bad in the past game, but I had a drop ball for a touchdown, and we had 2 fumbles. We just can't have those small things.
After Saturday, is that the performance you guys wanted to have? Is that how y'all wanted to bounce back?
No, winning, yeah, for sure. But I think that, like I said, it's we could have had 70 points, 80 points. But I think that we just have to be super, super clean. And we didn't come out as strong as we wanted to, but we drove the ball pretty good. We just got to put in the end zone more.
Auburn hasn't lost here. Is that something you guys think about, or what do you have to do to change that?
Yeah, they haven't lost here. Just gotta bring that competitive edge. This is conference play. It's no secret to anybody. So this week of practice is going to be very competitive, very intense. You just got to go out there and just who wants it more. That's what it's going to come down to. We're in home field, cow field. Who wants it more? And it's just going to get very competitive down there.
How big is it that you do open up conference play at home at Kyle Field?
It's very important, very big. We get to use that energy and use that on the field. That's what's going to come down to.
You guys got to win, but you still dropped one spot in the polls. Does that motivate you guys at all? Y'all pay attention to that?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Okay.
But we're just trying to win every game, man. Just do our assignment on each play, to be honest. And I think that when we do that, we win games, and when we don't, we see what happens versus Clemson. So I think we got to just do our job on every single play.
What do you remember most
Dimension
about?
does Spiller bring into this
Say it
offense?
again.
What extra dimension does Spiller bring into this offense?
He's a guy who can make one or two guys miss, so those 3-yard runs turn into like 10, 11, 12-yard runs. So it's very big for our offense and play calling.
It's hard to remember that he's just a freshman.
Yeah, until he takes his helmet off and he's that baby face. Yeah.
So I think you guys have made enough progress over the first 3 games to get you guys ready for the start of SEC play?
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. This last game was pretty good moving the ball. I only can speak for the offense, though, because I don't watch offense. But I think definitely last game is what we needed in terms of driving the ball, like I said. But the biggest focus is scoring the red zone and finishing those drives.
It's a confidence builder, but we have to prepare the right way. It starts at practice today. We have to go in and have a real good week of practice. So,
what do you mean for you to get that start this past weekend from where you started here into where you are now?
I think it's everybody's dream to start in the SEC. You know what I mean? They come here, but it was definitely fun. The fans were crazy, and it was a good experience.
Auburn might be the most physical team up front in the SEC. Talk about the challenge that you guys have faced and going up, especially in the run game against that front 7.
Yeah, the front 7, they're, you know what I'm saying, shout out to them, they're good, but I believe in my team, and I know what we can do.
What do you think about your performance on Saturday?
I think it was okay. There's always room for improvement, so you can always get better, but we're going to look at the film and get better from that.
How big is it to open SEC play here at home?
Oh, it's big. I can't wait to see what Kyle Fields is talking about. I know the fans are going to be crazy, so I'm excited.
I feel like the run game is clicking heading into this. No, it's tough. Tough competition on Saturday.
Definitely. I think we'll be ready. It starts at practice, though. We have to prepare the right way. Have a great week of practice.
How hard is it when you're in those goal line situations like you guys were against Lamar and able to knock it in? But one time you guys were able to. But how hard is that, and how big is that going to come up in conference play?
I mean, we just got to keep doing what we're supposed to be doing up front, and we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay.
What's it like running behind Bobby Brown in the jumbo
I
package?
love it. I love it. Bobby gets in there and do a great job. He moves bodies, and that's what we need.
How much easier does that make your job?
A lot easier. The holes be wide open, so shout out to Bobby and the O-line.
How big of a 1-2 punch can you and Isaiah be together? He gets a nice run, you get a nice run. You guys feed off each other. Can that become a thing?
All the running backs, though. We have a great running back room, so it definitely can be a good thing.
Is that because y'all think you're more familiar with Coach Elko's defense? Because you all do look a lot faster.
Yeah, we definitely more familiar with it. We're comfortable in it, and we already made our mistakes from it, so we try not to make those again. And that's just what helps us play fast. We know the defense in and out. We've been studying it hard, and Coach Elko and his staff have been on us heavy, and it's just a big thing for us.
How much tape have you already seen of Auburn?
I've seen Auburn, but I haven't watched much. I mean, I'm going to hit it hard. We're going to hit it hard this weekend. We'll see.
How important is it for them? How much do they want to establish the run in that offense?
Yeah, they're definitely a run team. Most teams in the SEC West, they love to run, but they can throw too. So, but our job, is to be ready and prepared for whatever they throw at us.
You feel like that was kind of a breakout moment for you last year when you went up there and started?
Yeah, I feel like that was a game. That was a real good game for me. That was kind of like my first time being out there. I feel like I just got my feet wet. So,
What do you make of their running back, Whitlow?
He's a great player, great athlete. We have to stop him, don't let him get high, and we'll be all right.
They got a freshman quarterback coming in making his first true road start.
Mm-hmm.
You guys licking your chops to welcome to the SEC?
Yeah, most definitely. We just got to play our game, and do what we're taught to do, and we'll be just fine. And, our defensive line, I don't have any doubts against those guys. I'm sure those guys will get home.
I was going to say, it's going to be strength against strength, right? They want to pound it, and y'all are awesome against the run, too. So
most
I expect that battle inside to be like on Saturday.
I expect it to be a dogfight. Our D-line, those guys are awesome, and I love playing behind those guys, and those guys know their assignments, and they play hard at every snap, and that's what I love about them.
How much do you need the 12th man to show up loud and help you rattle that trooper?
Most definitely need the 12th man. I love the 12th man. The 12th man have always been there, and you can always count on them. So I'm not even worried about that. I already know the 12th man to be there loud and proud.
How big of a factor will that be, considering they've got a true freshman making his first true road start?
That'll be a big factor. I'm not sure if he played in an environment like this. So being in an environment like this, we'll see how he hold under pressure.
Was this past weekend, was that the performance you guys were looking for to kind of bounce back and get back into winning things?
Well, we was just looking to execute and just dominate in all phases. And Coach Fisher always talk to us about just controlling what we can control and doing our job. And so I think that the team as a whole did their job and we control what we can control.
I thought I performed pretty well. I felt really comfortable in the pocket. I thought my eyes were really well. One key turnover were just a misread that I need to clean up, but I thought I played pretty well.
How ready are you for Auburn?
I feel really good. Obviously, starting a whole new week, pretty much everything over, whole new game plan. So, gonna have to do a good week preparing and training out on the field.
How much have y'all talked about or thought about the way it ended last year and making sure that that doesn't happen again?
Obviously, that's something that's in our mind, but nothing that we've talked about so far. Obviously, we knew we had the game in our hands last year, and it slipped away. But we can't really think about that. Just prepare for this year and understand what happened last year.
You can speak from experience here. How difficult is it for a true freshman quarterback to go on the road in the SEC and compete?
It's really difficult, and not really any true freshman, but any quarterback coming on the road in any offense. Obviously, we know we have a huge advantage with the 12th man, but it's going to be a really big week. I think the defense will do a really good job, but offense got to do a better job.
Was your first true road game, was that Florida? Because I know Arkansas would be...
UCLA.
Well, starting.
Yeah, I think Florida.
Okay.
How big is it to open SEC play at home?
It's really big, and to kind of start the momentum off, I know we have a couple of home games coming up, but to start it off against Auburn, really good opponent, and top 10 team in the country, and get to come and play in front of your home crowd is a really big advantage.
What can Nye Smith do for this offense?
He's electric, and we've kind of seen the way he's worked and how he's grown in the offense. One of the guys who's came in from day one and just tried to perfect the offense. Obviously, everything he does isn't perfect, but he's electric with the ball in his hands. So obviously, we like what we've seen, and we'll probably try to get the ball in his hands a little bit more this week too.
What has Isaiah Spiller brought to this offense?
He's one of those electric freshmen also. One of the guys who a lot of people didn't really know about, and then kind of took a lot of people's eyes during fall camp. So really excited to see what he did last week, and I think he'll have another good game this week.
For you this season to be what you want it to be, obviously you need to win these big time games. What is that? I don't want to say pressure is the right word, Colin, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, you got to get this game if you want it to mean something down the line. How big is this one?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this game is just as big as last game against Lamar. We want to go 1-0 each and every week, and it's going to take a big time week. Preparation from each and every player on both sides of the ball and special teams. So really no extended pressure on everybody, but we need a great week.
A couple times in the red zone this past game, guys coming up empty or had to settle for field goals. What has to happen for you guys to be able to get those into the end zone?
I know two of them early. One missed flat route that I had to Kibodi, and then Jamon had a drop. So just for two key kind of veteran guys to have simple mistakes that you make routinely doesn't really need to happen. So I think just both on our two parts, just be a little bit sharper. But we'll feel good this week.
What have you seen from Kagan, and how impressed are you with what he was able to do, move from offensive line to fullback and step in there and start right away?
I always thought it was kind of a easy transition for him. Going from offensive line and already understanding blocking schemes, and then kind of transferring to fullback. But he has a really good package, and then haven't really shown him much, but he can catch the ball at the backfield. So really good advantage for us.
Did it surprise you at all, or kind of open your eyes the first couple times you threw some passes to him and saw what his hands could do?
Yeah, I think it surprised Jimbo a little bit too.
Passing more to set up the run to start out games?
It just kind of depends. Like I say, each and every week, based on the opponent, it changes. Sometimes you like to get your quarterback in a groove, and sometimes you like to get the run game starting off. And I thought this past week we were pretty balanced, both pass and run, but also based on personnel, we were pretty balanced. So it's always a good thing to do that.
Y'all were going into it too, right?
Yeah, we do. We have some of those packages in, and then also obviously we have our heavy package with Bobby Brown in there. So just to be able to do that in the red zone and in the open field is really good for us with that versatility.